To check in with Congressman John Garamendi, who represents most of the Sacramento Valley. He's also been part of conversations with Ukraine's president.
All right. Thank you for being here, Congressman. The president of Ukraine says he's at the top of the kill list, and some reports say he's already survived assassination attempts. He's critical, saying the West is not doing enough, suggesting the blood of innocent Ukrainians is on NATO's hands. What's your takeaway from that criticism and of that conversation you were a part of?
Well, we certainly did have an excellent conversation with him Monday of this week. He's an extraordinary leader. He is fighting fiercely for Ukraine, for the country, for his people, and he's inspiring. He's not only inspired the people of Ukraine, but also around the world. The world has rallied around his call for help. When he did talk about the issue of blood, he was referring to oil. Russia is dependent upon the export of oil and gas. It's more than half of their government revenue. The other sanctions that have been put in place are having a devastating effect on the Russian economy and on the Russian people. And he felt that if oil and gas was to be embargoed, that would make a great deal of difference, and Putin might have to back off. So here's what's happened. The European Union, early today, announced that it was going to reduce by 2/3 its import of oil and gas from Russia. That is one big deal. The United States followed with President Biden about 11 o'clock this morning, announcing that all imports of Russian oil are stopped, will not happen in the United States. So we will not be buying any more. He also announced that there will be tariffs on certain Russian goods that are exported from Russia. All of this is a very, very wise move by President and his staff, that is President Biden. What he has done is to allow the Europeans to go first, and they have gone big time. Oil and gas is critical to their economy, but they're willing to make that sacrifice. For us, Russian oil is of minimum value to us. The United States still remains one of the most oil-producing and gas-producing places in the world. And in fact, presently, we are producing more oil and gas at this moment than we ever have before. So the sticker shock that you're seeing on those pumps is in part due to the anticipation by the oil industries of what is now happening. Also, what we have found out is that the oil industry, the big five here in the United States, are making out like bandits. They are quadrupling their stock buybacks. They have cash just flowing in over the barrel. And I put forth a letter requesting, I would like to say demanding, that the Congress and the Senate of the United States investigate the extraordinary profits that the domestic and international oil industry is making as a result of this crisis.
All right. So you're looking into ways to bring down these gas prices for Americans. Let's get back to the war. Putin has a couple asks to end this. He wants Ukraine to agree to contested territory in the east and south are either independent states or part of Russia. And he also wants assurance Ukraine will not become part of NATO, which he sees as a threat from the West. So put yourself in Zelensky's shoes to stop this war. Would you agree to that? And if so, what would you want in return from Russia?
I'd want Putin to be gone. Putin cannot be trusted. Many, many times in the past, he's made commitments, none of which he has kept. In fact, Russia made a commitment to the independence of Ukraine back in 1991. Obviously, they're not following that at all. Putin has been very, very clear what he has said, and that is he wants to rebuild the Soviet empire. He wants to be the czar of the new Russian empire. And that means he wants all of Ukraine. He'll take one bite now and he'll take the rest of the bite later. So Zelensky's got a tough negotiating situation. His people are being devastated, as you can see by the movies, but also his army is doing extraordinarily well. His army is holding the bear at bay, and in many cases, winning the game. Far more Russian soldiers have died than Ukrainian soldiers. And we'll see what happens. But negotiations are critical. The impact of the sanctions are having an effect. I've said from the very outset of this that Putin's jeopardy are the streets of Russia. When the Russians get past the ironclad blackout that Putin has put in place because he fears, as should the Russian people, find out what his army is doing to the brothers and sisters in Ukraine, the Russian people will be on the street and Putin will be in serious, serious trouble. It's probably why he's already arrested over 15,000 people that have been demonstrating in multiple cities across Russia. More to come, Mr. Putin. For Zelensky, sure, enter into the negotiations. If any country knows not to trust the Russian bear and Putin, it is Ukraine.
Congressman, when you say you want Putin gone, we have about 10 seconds left. If you could answer quickly, we apologize. We're tight on time. What do you mean when you say you want him gone?
Well, for the point of view of Zelensky, as long as Putin is there, Ukraine is threatened. I think the Russian people will eventually force Putin to go.
All right. Congressman John Garamendi, we appreciate your time as always, sir. Take care.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
You as well.